So if you remember Insurgency, you might remember that in E3 last year we saw the first glimpse of Insurgency Sandstorm. Now Insurgency was a game that came out back in 2014. It was really clean, well executed, most importantly hardcore shooter. I think you could almost argue a bit of a precursor to something like Siege with how knife edge the gameplay would often feel. That's what I mean, don't take that in a kind of literal sense, just more in a kind of vibe. Well, Insurgency is coming back, but with some new information this past week, it's not quite as planned. Now, remembering Insurgency before, I was quite excited to see how this new iteration takes form. One of the things I enjoyed the most with Insurgency was the hardcore damage model and general map design, but also the way they designed the loadout system on point so you could take specific gear like extra grenade or body armor. So it was all proportioned out as to better balance player options. Also, I love the fact that, just by default in the game, no kill notifications. You couldn't be sure if that guy you fired through a window and disappeared was actually dead or not. I recall this often allowed to launch sneak counterattacks, wiping out multiple people who thought they'd killed you when in fact they had not. Now, the very sad thing for Insurgency Sandstorm is that they were going to have this single player mode. They decided they're going to have to cancel that single player co-op story as well, but that it will be considered at a later date. And this is a great shame because I thought that actual single player trailer showed at E3 was very, very immersive, looked exactly the kind of contemporary FPS single player experience that I'd love to get my hands on. It didn't look overtly cheesy, A10 30mm strike coming in was very hype inducing. However, I respect the team for their transparent honesty. They said in their release that they, quote, "As a team felt we had to make a choice, and at this moment in time it's more important to us that we deliver full multiplayer and co-op experience that improves on Insurgency, one that is true to our style and what we feel we do best." So fair play to them. That must be a difficult decision to take and announce, especially when you trailered it previously at E3. They have though confirmed about more content for Sandstorm, with game modes being push, firefight, capture the base. And they've said that push and firefight are going to operate very, very similarly to Insurgency. Capture the base is apparently a more open world map with drivable vehicles and feels a bit more like capture the flag, so I'm really curious to see how that plays out and get some more information about it. They've also said they're going to consider adding more modes post-release, but what they don't want to do is overtly fragment the player base, as each mode is going to give you a really distinct experience, as it did with Insurgency, so that's a good rationalization. Adding in fire support is something that they have confirmed. This was not something in Insurgency, but it was in Day of Infamy. If you're not familiar with this, it's the mechanic that was implemented in Day of Infamy, and it's something that I actually really liked with the game. So the caveat is it does depend on team play, and not having guys on your team understand the mechanics or what they need to be doing can be debilitating. Essentially, you've got a fire support guy, radio guy, relies on them being near to one another to be able to actively call in fire support, so that then you could, say, have a helicopter attack, a gas, repurposed drones. They say they want to operate it more smoothly than in Infamy, so we're going to wait to hear some more information on what that specifically means. Now, the last bit of news about Insurgency Sandstorm is that a closed alpha is coming in very, very soon. I've put the link for that down below, you can get in on it. And whilst that's going to be fully closed, I hope to get in and check around the game so that we can talk about our experiences later down the line. I can use that then as context for a bit of background on the development progress. But just looking at the little snippets of trailers that they've posted so far, you can see right here some of the reload mechanics being demonstrated, and I think just in general the quality of the game is looking really, really on point. I'm very excited to get more of a look at this game, and they've said that they want to do more regular updates. I've not really spoken about it to this point, but now they're at a stage where they want to start doing more regular updates, more video updates. We're starting to get actually alpha and stuff coming in, so this is where it's quite exciting, and I'm looking forward to getting more with this game. Tell me what you guys think about Insurgency down below, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.